The academy produces leaders. Okay, they make the trainees believe in themselves and ask them to do anything. The police training is one of the expensive trainings in India. They are given with weapons to kill people, but police is given weapons to protect people. So this is the difference the National Police Academy made in us. This is not the only difference, this is one of the differences. So they entirely change you physically and mentally. They make you very strong. Good evening, everyone. So I'm very sorry to reach a little late. I was supposed to reach by 4. So we had traffic snarls. Am I audible to everyone? So I had traffic snarls everywhere. So I became very late. I'm very sorry for it. So Israel, my friend, has asked me to talk about the Indian police services. Honestly speaking, when I opted for the services, it was not my first choice of service as usual. I wasn't aware of any of the services when I applied for it. So as a convention, we apply in a certain order. In that order, I applied for the services, and so according to my rank, I got this service and got Haryana cadre, one of the good cadres for any service. So primarily, Israel asked me to talk about the conditions of Indian police service. Okay, so rather than Indian police, I can talk about India police force. Actually, when let me start from NPA. Okay, we started our day on from here. I boarded the train, Hyderabad train from Chennai. My friend then, now he is in foreign service. He was then in police in 2004 batch. Ashok Babu, who is from Madurai. So, and another, my batchmate Parimala. All three of us boarded the train in Chennai. So we reached Hyderabad and reached our National Police Academy. And the first news we read was the tsunami. The railway station from which in which I boarded the train for Hyderabad was totally drowned by tsunami water, and there was no railway track left. So that's the first news I read. So just 12 hours back, we boarded the train, and there was no railway station in next 12 hours. So when I reached Hyderabad, actually it was not. I was not in this shape which I look today. I was very obese. I was around 90 kilos, and I was already married. I had my daughter then, so I was a bit looking old man, around 90 kilos, obese. So everybody was bewildering. How would he clear the civil IPS training? So that was the condition. Then as he said, he has picked the story from some newspaper that I didn't have a chapel. But first day we have in the training, we have the ceremony of purchasing the uniforms. So we are taken to a Suraksha Plaza there. So we were taken there, and where we were supposed to purchase all the uniform articles. So when this actually has happened, and I wrote a poem also on this. Actually, I do write poems in Tamil. So I purchased the uniform articles I brought, and there were full of uniforms. There was a PT uniform, different uniform, drill uniform, different uniform, walking uniform, different uniform. For horse riding, there is a different uniform. There is a camouflage dress in which we go on route marches, jungle operation. There is a different uniform. So almost 7-8 different uniforms, and there is ceremonial tunic we wear, and there were at least 4 or 5 kinds of belts. There is a working uniform belt, there is a drill belt, there would be a cross belt, there would be a cloth belt, okay, and similar way, I had around 8 or 9 pairs of shoes, okay. So everything comes at a cost, okay. We don't receive any salary in first 5 months. So all the salary is deducted for these uniform articles. So I was just sitting in a single bed in Hyderabad National Police Academy, looking at my shoe pairs. Okay, I had 8 or 9 pairs. Okay, there was a running shoe, there was a trekking shoe, there was a drill boot, there is a working uniform shoe, there is a black Oxford shoe, there was a brown Oxford shoe. Okay, there was a riding shoe. I had almost 8 or 9 pairs of shoes. I was shoeless. Once now I have been given some 9 pairs of shoes. That's the thought that came to my mind. So I was destined to reach here. So this was the first day, okay. But everybody was anticipating what I was going to do. Okay, so the day starts at 5:30 or 5:45. We are supposed to fall in at 5:45 and go to the PT ground at 6 o'clock. Reporting happens, and an hour PT and 15 minutes break, change your dress, come for drill, 1.5 hours of hectic drill schedule, then come running to the mess, take bath, take your breakfast, right, and attend the theory classes from 9:30 onwards without sleeping, which was here you wouldn't sleep because you have something ahead, okay. So there obviously we have got everything, so the sleep overwhelms you because you have a hectic morning, but still we have to be awake, look at the lecturers because they are also senior police officers, so we could not afford to sleep. So it was very tough. So there was as I told, the first day, after the first day I went in purchase of uniforms. Next day, so all of us reported at 5:45, taken to the ground for PT. So there was a synthetic running track, still it is there. So we were asked to run, and so I could not complete a 400 meter. So in the ground, I was just almost about to faint after 200-300 meters. It was in the month of January. So about to faint. So this used to be the talk. That we were at least 7 guys who were obese, who were not able to do anything in the first week. So this happened on the first day. I couldn't run. So by coincidence, my drill instructor was also a Tamilian. So he was a Murugan. He would come and motivate me, sir, don't worry. We have seen much better guys than you. You would be able to do, don't worry. So he is also there, much heavier than you. So you need not worry. You are just 5th or 6th from bottom. So need not worry. So that's how he was motivated me. So you have at least 4 or 5 guys above you. So much heavier than you. So then a month later, a 5 kilometer run. Actually, the perimeter of NPA, National Police Academy, covers around 5 kilometers. Okay, so then those 5 kilometer cross country running race kind of, we are divided into squads. Okay, we were 78 probationers, and we were divided into 6 squads. So 6 to 16 each. So we were divided into 6 squads. So there was a squad competition in which after almost 3.5 kilometers, I was just unconscious. Somebody was just holding me here, pushing me, and brought me. I completed my 5 kilometers in some 34 or 35 minutes. So I was thinking, today I am going to die. This was the condition. Okay, so for last 1 kilometer, I thought they are going to kill me. I kept telling him, no, send me back. I'll go and take the home tuitions. I cannot do this regard. I cannot do this. Please send me back. So I used to cry in front of Murugan because that was an advantage of my language. No? I kept lamenting to him in Tamil. Okay, so no one else would understand, right? So then, ultimately, why I am saying this story is ultimately the 10th, and our squad was a branded squad. So in all other squads, there would be mixture of all people of different skills, different ages, so that a balance is reached. Somehow there is politics everywhere, you know. So that's what I was told by my DI, that there were chosen 16 for my DI, who was not liked by other DIs, something internal politics between the DIs. So we were all obese, we were all aged, we were all around 28, 29, even the youngest guy would, would be obese. So 23-year-old guy was also obese guy. So he was given with that stuff. So our ADOD, additional director, he debriefed after the run. One has to come in the last position. One squad, out of 6 squads, at least one squad has to come in the last position. But when we take the average positions, the first 5 squads had difference of 2 positions difference. Our squad was 25 positions behind. So that was the squad strength, you know. Okay, but what happened in the final 12, we used to run 16 kilometer. In the final 10th month, we would have a competition. The 16 kilometer road run, that would be there. So our squad, which came last, at least 25 position behind the 5th squad, whoever was there. So won the silver medal. Okay, so won the silver medal. And when the first 5 kilometer run, when we ran, so I was out of 78 probationers, I was 76th. Only solace was there were 2 behind me. Okay, so that was only joy I had. So 78. So this time when 16 kilometers were run, so my squad won the silver medal, and I came at the 32nd position. I ran 5 kilometer in 35 minutes. I ran my 16 kilometer in 58 minutes. So this is the difference the National Police Academy made in us. This is not the only difference. This is one of the differences. So they entirely change you physically and mentally. They make you very strong. Okay, they make the training. I can say the National Police Academy gives one of the, I can say it's the best training one can have in India. So leave the uniform services, so military training academy, leave them, because their one point agenda is to kill. Okay, there is huge difference between the police training and the army training. Here in the army, people are trained to kill, you know, because they are supposed to kill the enemies. They are not going to deal with Indians. They are supposed to deal with the enemies. So their weapons are, they are given with weapons to kill people, but police is given weapons to protect people. Okay, it's not to kill the people. So they don't have to deal with civil situations, the law and order situations. Okay, they have to protect the borders, kill the enemies. But here the purpose is entirely different. So as far as the policing training, the civil side of the training is concerned, the National Police Academy may be giving the best of the training. There were a lot of guys who were like me, who transformed mentally and physically. It's not only the physical change. Okay, so now it's not only that what NPA instilled is that your director, Mr. Israel, who is also a very good runner. Okay, so we run together. Okay, till today we maintain that I run faster than I used to in National Police Academy. So it's not that they taught me running, but they made me believe in myself. That's what the Police Academy could do. So there were a lot of stories. There were many people. There were many among my batchmates who were underdogs while they started the training, but at the end of the training, they came out as something else. So I had my lunch with the best probationer of our batch, Senthil Balan, who is IG Intelligence today. We all had lunch together. Okay, so he was the best probationer. So we used to look up to him. Yeah, this fellow is doing on the first day he was doing everything. He is 6 feet 4 inch height. Okay, his English was incomparable. His skills in sports, his writing skills, everything was on one side. His first choice was IPS. So okay, though for his rank he would have got IAS, but he opted for IPS. Okay, so we were lucky to be trained guys like that. Okay, so they also motivated me. He is the one who taught me. I never swam. I didn't know swimming. He taught me, the best swimmer of our batch. He taught me swimming. So it, as an academy, National Police Academy produce a leader. The academy produces leaders. Okay, they make the trainees believe in themselves and ask them to do anything. Next, so this is about the training. So this is one example. Okay, it would be hectic. Obviously, they prepare you for the unforeseen situations. Okay, they give you we used to crib, we used to abuse our trainers, not directly, but back in the room, we would abuse all our DIs, our IPS officers, whoever were the senior, but we laugh at ourselves now. Okay, looking back in a training academy, I am doing the same thing. Okay, so I know that my trainees would be abusing me, but I'm supposed to do that. Okay, because I want to make them like me. Okay, what I was and what I was made. So I have seen myself when I look at my mirror. So at 28, what I was when I passed out in 30 years, I was a different person altogether. So I'm supposed to create such leaders only when I'm training police officers. So it would be hectic. There would be there would be a night. We would have a hectic day, entire day from 6 o'clock to there would not be a lunchtime. Okay, so we'd come back to the room. Evening we will have a cultural evening. 10 o'clock, 10:30 after dinner we would come back to the room. Okay, so after cultural evening, okay, if you would have fun after 30 minutes, even after the cultural evening, they would have gone to sleep thinking that next day is a holiday. Okay, suddenly there would be some noise of blast and there will be knocking of doors at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Everybody would be in deep sleep. We were supposed to, then we will be scrutinized how fast we reached the ground, right? At midnight, at 1 o'clock. Okay, they would check who reached late. Some of our probations would not even wake up. They wouldn't even bother. Okay, something is happening. Earthquake is there. If it has to fall, it will fall. Why should I wake up? Let me complete my sleep. There were probationers like that also. Okay, there were enough moments to laugh at. We had enough moments to make fun. Those were also there. And few things we would not have done in life because we have 15 days of rock climbing module. So we would climb the rocks and we had rafting in Ganges for 3-4 days. We would not have thought of doing this. So it's one of the expensive training also. The police training is one of the expensive trainings in India because we would be taken to Kaudiala in Uttarakhand and around 50 kilometers we would raft along Ganges. Okay, so that was an experience in itself. It was not easy to raft. Okay, we used to surf in Ganges with the life jacket. I had surfed over Ganges for at least 4-5 kilometers. So these experiences, I don't think anybody in any training anybody would get. Okay, yes, it would be hectic. We have fired all the weapons. We have fired grenades. We have fired. We have launched the rockets. Okay, so we had done. Just imagine a web series. Whatever you see, we have done everything. We have done everything, at least in a controlled environment it is done, and few of us have done in an uncontrolled, in a combat situation also. Many of us have done in combat situations also. Many things we have done. So training is very funny. Those after 10 months, you would see difference within you. You would be a different person altogether. You will be disciplined. So those things I picked up in the academy, till today I cannot. So the morning routine, those first 35-40 minutes, we have to wake up at, for example, sleep would be the luxury item in National Police Academy. Okay, so we would not waste a single minute. Whenever I get some more than 10 minutes, I would try to sleep for 7-8 minutes. Many of them, right? So the morning you have to wake up at, if the reporting time is 5:45, so we can get ready in 7-8 minutes. Wake up at 5:35. In 10 minutes we can do everything. Okay, so we prepare ourselves in the night for it, right? So then by 45 we would be out. We would not miss the class, we would not be late, but at the same time we learned to be on time. We learn to prepare ourselves within 5-10 minutes for any situations. But that's what the real life situation also demands in policing. Right, so the National Police Academy prepares you for it, and for that matter, any police training academy prepares any police officer to situations like that only. That's it makes you a complete personality. One. Second, policing in itself is so it was, as I said, it was not my choice to be a policeman. Okay, so there was no dislike to police also. So as I said, I wasn't aware what services I was to opt to. So in conventionally we fill in the IAS and IPS. In that order, I filled for my rank. I got Indian Police Service. So there was no choice. There was no passion that I would become a policeman. So it was not like that. But it might be just because of a reason that I got into IPS. I may be saying this. If I had got IAS, I would have talked. I think for my personality, the police service suited me. So, in hindsight, I feel that if I gone to any other service, I would not have been satisfied. I would not have been happier than this service. So this I realized after becoming a complete policeman.